Can you see me now?
I can see you now. Yeah.
Good.
Right on. Well, thank you for taking some time to join us here in Vancouver, Canada.
Thank you from Toronto, Ontario.
Oh, you're from Toronto. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I
Oh,
am.
you're Canadian.
Yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
yeah.
That's
I
cool.
am.
So, how long have you taken fitness seriously then?
Seriously, my entire adult life, and I'm 58, so that's a long damn time.
Yeah, and of course, fit over 50. I'm turning 52 this year, and you really do need to kind of start to consider fitness as you get a little bit older, right?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know
But
what? Muscle is the organ of longevity. And more scientists are discovering that muscle is really the key to a healthy aging. It's
and, and
everything.
And what would you say are the main differences of your fitness life, like say from the 20s to when you're damn near 60 years old now? So you're like, don't say that. Um, what has been the main differences as you're kind of going through your life? And I guess, and also conversely, what are also the things that have been the same, the threads that have been the same?
You know what? A lot of people think that you decline drastically as you age, and that's not true. And not only is it in my case, I've seen it in other lifters and other athletes as well. It's all here, it's all how you see yourself. So for me, I've been a lifter, so that means I'm a bodybuilder. I've lifted weights my entire life. I've transitioned a little bit from bodybuilding to powerlifting in the last 10 years, and I can explain the difference to you if you're not sure what it is. My strength hasn't gone down. Isn't that amazing? Like I lift
Wow.
more or less the same as I lifted when I was 20. The only thing that has changed, and I know this happens in a lot of older adults too, is my recovery time. So I do a set, and before I used to maybe take a couple of seconds and bang, go for it again, like a heavy set. Now I take a little bit more. I take a few minutes. So
Mm,
my work takes a little bit more time, but I'm still as strong. And that's a big one.
that's
I have,
crazy, right?
that's crazy. Yeah, but it's not only me. It's not only me. You don't lose strength.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And so how do you approach like meal fitness and that sort of thing in your life?
You know what? That's an interesting question because I think I'm better now. When I was younger, in my 20s and 30s, I was anal about my eating, my nutrition. Like I would not step out of my diet, of the way I ate. I had good foods and bad foods. Like food shamed a lot. And now all of a sudden I think in the last 10 years, I'm a lot more open to food, to trying everything, to eating mindfully. And so I enjoy everything. I like to have my drinks. I like to have a little bit of dessert. I enjoy my weekends. And you know what? I haven't gained any weight. I look the same. My strength is the same. My body composition is the same. Nothing has changed
Mm,
except that I feel so much better because I have a better relationship with food. So I think the bottom line is that any extreme isn't good. Like people um, who restrict food so much often tend to maybe binge a little bit more or be unhappy or not stick to their diet as well. So I think that like I have managed to balance myself out in a way that's mentally and physically healthy for myself.
mm. So are you saying that your metabolism hasn't changed?
You know what? It hasn't. And I
That's
know I'm going to get hate from this because a lot of people say, yeah, your metabolism slows down. But I've actually looked at the scientific research of menopause. And your metabolism doesn't slow down that much. It does slow down. I'm not going to negate that, but it doesn't slow down. What slows down is us. We slow down because you all of a sudden begin thinking, I'm too old to train. I'm too old to go to the gym this many times. I'm too old to do what I used to do. And you slow down. I
mm,
slow down. That's what changes. If you keep up your training to a good level, your metabolism doesn't slow down that much.
hmm. I don't know.
2,500
I feel
calories
like
a
mine
day.
did. Like I feel like mine at about 35, maybe 40-ish. Like I started to gain weight. I couldn't get it off. I can't get it off, I guess. And I have younger kids. I have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old, and keeping up with them at the very start was like, chasing cats, essentially, right? And I was still unable to, put the weight off. I would put it on.
Let me ask you a question. Were you equally as active at 35 as you were at 25? Like, do
Uh,
you feel that you've kept up your
no,
activity level, your gym level? That's it.
no. But as soon as I had kids, I was as active as I was at 25 at 40.
But you know what? There's a difference between running around after kids, and I have three kids, I know what it's like, and actually going to the gym or working out. There is a difference. It's a
Yeah,
different kind of activity level.
yeah, totally. What I mean is like, hey, Dad, let's go play road hockey, and playing road hockey every single day for hours at a time. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's just it's that it's not necessarily going to the gym, but it's staying active, staying fit, and having a bit of that lifestyle, like going up snowboarding or taking the kids on a long walk on the North Shore, or you know what I mean, or grabbing the bikes and just going for a haul somewhere. Like we still do that, but I just can't, like, I was always about 190, I'm like 6'2", 190. I'm about 230 now, and I can't get it off.
Are you eating enough protein?
Probably. Oh, well, I think what it is for me, like I know what it is. It's
Okay,
the
what is
11
it?
o'clock at night,
Ah, there you
snacking
go.
on chips and,
Is that, I think,
the
you know
cheap
what,
foods.
as a lot of people age, they get into the fuck it mentality. And I'm certainly not food shaming. Everybody's, but you can't entirely blame your metabolism. The fuck it mentality is when you say, ah, fuck it, I'm 58. I'm just going to have those chips. Bring on the wine. So I haven't adopted that fuck it mentality, and I don't plan to. Like, I'm still eating very mindfully and getting my exercise done. I haven't slowed down. Having said that, it takes me a little bit longer to recover, but I haven't gotten into that, oh, I don't care
Mm.
mentality. So don't let yourself get into that. You still got it. We're still pretty damn young. We have
I
a lot.
feel young,
Yeah.
like overall.
If it takes you a little bit longer to get through a workout, it takes you a little bit longer. But just keep going and don't get into the habits that you know are going to screw you over, like having your 11 o'clock chips.
It's the 11 o'clock at night, like
I tell you.
snacking in the cupboards. Like that's what I gotta stop. I know for sure it's that. So clearly, Maria, you have a great figure, so you're watching your weight and stuff. Like what, when you do fall off the wagon, like what are your cheat foods?
I love pizza. And you
Yeah,
know what? As horrible as this may sound, I love drinks. I don't drink a lot, but I love cocktails. So if I go out, I like a couple of those sugary cocktails,
yeah.
like nice margaritas or whatever. I love cocktails. And yeah. And I do fall off the wagon. Like on the weekends, I go out for dinner with friends, I have a couple of drinks, I have maybe a little bit of dessert. And the next day, I get back on the wagon. So I don't go on a 3-day binge. I go out, I have fun, I eat whatever I want to eat. The next day, I'm on it.
Mm.
But
Discipline.
but I don't overcompensate. And that's the mistake a lot of people make. What I mean by that is I don't wake up the next day and go, oh, fuck, today I'm just going to eat a lettuce because yesterday I ate this and this and this and I drank. I don't overcompensate. I just get back on track as normal, as if nothing had happened. Because the minute you begin overcompensating, like you wake up all hungover thinking, now I'm not going to eat anything all day, you begin feeling horrible. You begin getting a lot of people get anxiety because they're not eating enough and then they binge. So the
Mm.
best thing to do after overeating or indulging a little bit, which is fine, is just getting back on track. Getting back on track. And same with your exercise routine, just get up back on track. Don't do another hour extra of cardio. That's not
Right.
going to be in your favor.
Like and you struggle, like most of us, to find motivation too, right? Like what would you say to people that are just struggling in general to find that motivation to do it?
You know what? Motivation is fickle. And sometimes it never even comes. Some people hate the gym so much, they'll never be motivated to go to the gym. Never. So what you have to do is think, I'm never going to feel like going to the gym, so I'm just going to have to go anyway.
Just
And I know
go,
I just go
go.
because who the hell feels like right now I have to go do legs. I have to go squat and it's snowing and it's cold outside and it's miserable. I have to put on my winter coat. I could be having my coffee here. You think I feel like going to train? Hell no. But I go anyway.
Right.
So, as hard as that may seem, a lot of people seek the perfect moment to feel like they want to go to the gym. It rarely will come.
Mm,
Like having the perfect tennis shoes and the pretty little outfit, and even being thin enough to feel that you can go to the gym. It's not going to give you the motivation. Just put your running shoes on and go to the damn gym. You're never going to feel like it.
mhm,
Once you get to the gym and you begin moving a little bit, you're going to get motivated, even if you don't have a perfect workout. You're
mhm.
never going to feel like going to the gym. Let me tell you, I've been forcing myself to go for all these years. It pays off now. When I look at myself in the mirror, I think, oh yeah, hell yeah. I'm so glad.
That's great. And of course, once you get there, like people don't care if you're a little overweight or you're, you know what I mean? Like people are just
Nobody
focused
looks
on
at
what
you
they're
at the
doing.
gym. Nobody look nobody looks at you at the gym. Nobody
Right.
cares what you're doing. And I have so many clients who want to lose weight before they go to the gym. Like, how ridiculous is that? I want to lose 30 pounds before going to the gym. Like, that makes no sense. You
Mm,
have to go to the gym to lose your 30 pounds. You think that you're going to lose 30 pounds by staying at home?
mm,
There's where you have to adopt the fuck it mentality. Fuck it. I don't care what I look like. I don't care what clothes I have. If I have old shoes or new shoes, I'm going to the damn gym and doing my thing.
mhm, mhm. Because the thing that, over the years, I've talked to a lot of fitness, experts and stuff, and the mass majority would say like, how long did it take for you to get that 30 pounds on your body? Like, don't think that you're gonna immediately lose that weight. Like, as long as it took you to gain it, it will probably take you that long to lose it as well, right? Like, yeah,
Yeah, losing weight is hard.
it's hard.
I mean, I approach fitness in a different level that a lot of trainers say, oh, you can do it, it's just a question of cutting calories. I tell my clients, you know what, losing weight is hard and it's good for you to know because when you're going through it, when you're going through the crunch, just know this is hard, but I can do hard things. So when you're in the middle of your weight loss journey, think, fuck, this is hard. I feel like eating this. And no, but I can do hard things and you can do hard things too. Now, losing weight isn't a question of white knuckling. There's a lot of tricks to losing weight to fool yourself into feeling a little bit fuller, like eating a lot of protein, like eating high volume foods that are low in calories, that it's also very healthy, but it kind of helps you along. A lot of people white knuckle themselves, and that's where they fall off the wagon. So,
Mm, mm.
weight loss is hard, and kudos to anybody who is trying to lose weight. It's not an easy journey.
No, no, for sure. Maria, let's get outside of fitness and what you're known for. I'm
Okay.
curious, like when you find the time and you're in front of the tube, what are you binge watching lately? What are the shows you can't get enough of?
Right now I'm watching Scandal, Olivia Pope.
Yes.
I'm almost at the end of it, but I'm actually getting a little bored of it because it's like the story was really good and now it's getting a little crazy, like, the weird people. So I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it, but I did enjoy it for a long time.
Yeah. It's almost
Sex in
like
the
they
City.
lose focus. The writers are like, come on, guys, focus it in here. Like you're way too off track, you know?
But that's classic of shows that they begin really good and then in the last seasons where they want to stretch it out, they like go on a tangent where you're like, what the
Yeah.
heck is this about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I like Sex in the City as well. I watched it several times.
Oh yes, well that's bingeable for sure. Sex in the
Binge.
City. Who's your favorite character in that? Because there's
Oh,
like
Carrie.
they're all so good though, right? Like
They're all so good. Carrie, Moran. I like all of them.
yeah, that's
But
great.
I'm a girly girl, so I like that sort of shows.
Yeah. What was the music like in your house as a kid growing up?
Well, I mean, if you watched my Instagram or my TikTok, I love 80s music. So that's what we listened to. My dad liked to listen to it, and I did too. I mean, I was born in 1966. So 80s music all the way, 80s rock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. 66, eh?
66. Give
You
me a
are
minute.
absolutely killing it, by the way.
Thank
Yes.
you.
What was your first concert that you went to?
My first concert, I saw AC/DC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a really good concert. Blew my mind.
Brian
Blew
Johnson
my mind.
singing.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And where was that?
It was in Washington State.
Oh,
Beautiful. Loved it. It was
huh?
probably unforgettable. Now, I grew up, I'm Bolivian, right? So I was born and raised in Bolivia. I moved out of Bolivia in my 20s to go to university. I went to Canada. I went to Vancouver. I went to UBC actually.
Oh, did you? Oh, cool.
Yep. So I was born and raised in Bolivia. So I didn't have access to that many concerts growing up. And then after I graduated from university, I moved back to Bolivia. And I lived there until I was about 30. Then I moved away.
Oh, okay. What do you specifically remember about that AC/DC show?
Oh, well, the voices, the sound, the music, everything. I mean,
Like just
it's
how incredible they are too as players, right? Not
incredible.
one note missed.
Not one note missed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the vibe of the people that go there, like imagine it was the probably the 90s. Amazing. Like just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Mind
Like still today, they're still
like
just
still today.
insane.
Yeah.
They're like 75, almost 80 years old, and they put on an incredible show still to this day. Yeah.
Incredible
Um,
show.
I wonder if you have, it's not necessarily a question, but I'd like to get a near-death story out of you. Like where you're like, holy shit, I could have just died there.
Oh, damn. I don't think I've had a near-death experience. I mean, I can tell you my mom almost died when I was 19, and that was not my near-death experience, but it was hers, and that taught me huge life lessons.
Wow.
And I think
How did she
that,
almost die?
well, she had a brain hemorrhage, she had an aneurysm. She was 42, incredibly fit. Like obviously Jane Fonda fit, thin, fit, everything. Her life was going for her. One day, bang, she fainted. It was a brain hemorrhage. She was in the hospital in a coma for 2 months. It was my 19th birthday. And it was like a slap in the face for me because it made me realize how fickle life is. Any of us
Sure.
could die at any moment. And I think that is one of the reasons why I have joie de vivre. I have that. Like instead of going downhill, I thought I'm going to enjoy my life to the best of it because I nearly lost my mom. And actually, in a way, I did because my mother is mentally handicapped. Like she never recovered from that. So
Mm,
she can't really speak. Her cognition isn't very good. So she's never actually recovered. She's never been able to have a full life again. And I could have taken it two ways. I could have said, I'm going to like be miserable that I lost
sure.
my mom at such a
Yeah, it
young
could
age.
have
Or
spiraled out of control there, right? Like easily.
but you know what? That lesson, I was 19 then, it almost like exponentially grew in my mind now that I'm 58 because I keep thinking I'm 50 freaking 8 years old. How much longer do I have of quality of life? 15 years of quality of life. Like I might live till I'm 100, but quality of life, say 15 years till I'm 70-ish or
Hmm.
so,
Hmm.
75. So I'm living it up, man. I'm
Hmm.
living. But
Yeah,
living
that's
doesn't mean, like drinking and partying and smoking and living it up for me means like going to the gym, living a healthy lifestyle, getting plenty of air, drinking my water, going to sleep, being with friends, enjoying family, like all the things I love, but in a healthy way. Because this body's got to last me.
it's the only one you got.
Isn't it?
So, how about sports? Are you into sports? You go watch the Leafs? You watch the Blue Jays? You're a Raptors fan? Like where you
I
sit
don't
there?
watch a lot of sports, believe it or not. I mean, I like to watch the Olympic Games. I'm Bolivian. I watch soccer, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Um, I love going to watch hockey because, like, I like the ambiance. I don't even understand hockey that well because I didn't grow up in Canada, remember?
right.
I didn't actually grow up. So I go to the games, I have a beer, I eat a hot dog, and I sort of understand it. There's always some sod there who will explain the game to me a little bit more, but yeah.
That's great.
Football.
Okay,
My son goes to a big football school. So I do watch football just because he's in a football school.
right, right. Maria, this could be the toughest or the easiest question for you. Hit us with your career highlight. Just one, though. What's your ultimate career highlight
That I want in the future or that I've had.
that you've had or the future? Sure, both.
Let's see. Oh, and I have to think about that one. Probably my career highlight has been I'm Bolivian and I somehow got picked up by the media in Bolivia, where I'm from, and I had a series of like 10 live interviews on TV. And it was amazing for me to do this because no one is a hero at home. I don't know if that translates into English because I'm Spanish, but no one, like in my home country, I was never a hero. I was that weird woman who lifted weights and everybody criticized because, like, who the hell lifts weights in the 70s, right? Or in the 80s when I grew up. But all of a sudden, I just became very famous in my home country and got picked up by the media like big time. I got magazine interviews and live TV interviews within a month. And it just, for me, it was the highlight. It was almost like everything I've ever worked for came to be true because I always felt very criticized within what South America, what within Latin America. And that is because there is, growing up, there was a very closed mentality of women in sports. And I always train in shorts. So a lot of people criticize me. Why is she training in shorts? Why that's like lifting weights is a very male dominant activity. So it's almost like, well, there you go.
Hmm,
Well,
hmm,
who would think, like I'm all of a sudden famous in a country that criticized me and made it so hard for me to thrive.
hmm. Interesting. And so where do you see yourself in like 5 years from now?
I would like to grow my Instagram and my TikTok. I really enjoy content, and not only do I do fitness content, but I love putting music into my content and I talk about my life. So I would love to grow it. I mean, if I could hit 1 million followers, I would be super happy. But I'm on my way.
That's
I'm on my
great.
way.
What are you at for your? Because I know that the TikTok was like lots. I can't remember what it is offhand now, but there's a lot of people following you on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm about 235 on TikTok, and my handle is Strong Maria. And
Yeah.
on Instagram, 139, and it's Strong Maria Strong.
So you're getting
So
there. You're like close to 400,000
yeah,
between the
I'm getting
two.
there little by little. It's my goal.
Wow. And so what's the rest of 2025 looking like for you? Do you plan stuff out in advance or are you just kind of going with the flow or?
I do plan stuff out. I have a big sponsor. My sponsor is Dymatize. It's a big protein brand. So I work full time with them. I travel with them. I give speeches for them. I go to fitness events with them. So a lot of my time is spent making content for them and also just um, doing events with them. So that is probably the big thing that I do. Aside from that, I have other sponsors that are smaller, like cream brands, makeup, clothes, shoes, just smaller things. And that's kind of fun too.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, but those are my big ones. And of course, for me, I'm a power lifter. So I'm working on trying to maintain my strength, not lose it. And if I can hit a PR, which I did last year, I hit a big PR on my deadlift. I mean, that's a huge win. At my age, even if you just maintain, it's a win.
What is your personal record on a deadlift?
It's 315, three plate. Yeah, that's a lot because I weigh 120 pounds. I'm not a big lady.
That's nuts, like almost 3 times your weight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Maria, I'm going to wrap it up here and respect your time. Thank you again for jumping on
Thank
the
you, Todd.
talkcast here. Have a great day. We'll tag you when we're throwing this stuff around online. And
Absolutely.
yeah, appreciate
Thank
you
you,
taking the
Todd.
time.
You too. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate the talk.